French police say they've identified one of the people involved in Friday night's Paris attacks. The coordinated shootings and bombings left at least 129 people dead and more than 350 injured. Well, for more, let's cross live to Matthew Moore, who's in Paris. Matt?
Kamali, we know his name. It's Omar Ismail Mustafa, as you said at the top of the programme. He's a 29-year-old French citizen who used to live around 25 kilometres south of Paris. He was known to the police as a petty criminal, but he never served jail time. He was also identified as being radicalised, but never implicated in a terror investigation. So his father and brother are currently in custody. And the investigation goes broader than just France. It's also in Brussels and in Greece. My colleague Francis Collins has more.
The images from the horrors of Paris are still shocking, showing the sheer desperation of people attempting to escape the Bataclan concert hall. We know now that 129 people lost their lives in the French capital. Many more remain critically injured. The French authorities confirmed there were 7 assailants in 3 coordinated teams of attackers, in the worst such atrocity in Europe since the Madrid bombings of 2004.
C'est un acte de guerre qui a été commis.
It is an act of war undertaken by a terrorist army, Daesh, a jihadist army, against France, against the values that we are defending throughout the world, against what we are, a free country that speaks to the entire planet. It was an act of war that was prepared, organised and planned from abroad.
One of the attackers has been identified by investigators as French citizen Omar Ismail Mustafa. Officials say his father and other family members have been detained and are being questioned. Authorities, still reeling from the attacks, have banned all public demonstrations in the Paris area until Thursday. And as the investigations continues, vigils are still being held across the city. Parisians lit candles in the Place de la République, with many stressing the importance of staying united. While special church services are planned at the Notre Dame Cathedral later in the day, in honour of the 129 people who lost their lives. Francis Collins, TRT World.
And Kamali, this morning we've been around some of the markets here in central Paris, some of the biggest ones, just a few minutes away from the Bataclan concert hall, which was attacked on Friday. It would usually be bustling with market traders and customers, but it was very quiet and empty this morning. Of course, we're in the first of 3 days of mourning, and the state of security, the national state of emergency, has been extended by 12 days. France is still very much a traditional country. On a Sunday, people are resting and looking through the papers, and this is what they'll find reflected in their Sunday papers in Le Parisien, Résistons, essentially urging people to resist, not to be separated. They want to remain united despite the attacks. The Libération is just a rather poignant black page with some flowers at the bottom here, much like the tributes we've seen outside the concert hall. Very poignant. And finally, La République face à la barbarie, and a picture of a corpse covered by a sheet. So a very sad day today, and the first day of 3 days of mourning.
Matthew Moore there for us live in Paris. Thank you very much for that update.